Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to talk about why if you're insanely busy right now, that it's the perfect time for piano lessons, whether starting or continuing them. And I'm still here on Roosevelt Island. It's very beautiful and peaceful here right now. And on this channel I hope to share with you strategies, mindsets, methodologies, and so on that I hope will help you in your piano playing and in other areas of your life as well. So this is about piano lessons, but it could be about something else for you, something else where you've determined like, okay, it's definitely a good idea to have this thing in my life. It's just a matter of whether now is a good time or not to start it. And we also have some assumptions here. One is that you have the basic financial means to pay for at least some sort of lessons. So like, that it's a good idea along those lines. That you've logically deduced that lessons are worth it because you do just love the instrument this much. You love the piano this much. You're passionate about how it sounds. You never got the chance to play as a kid. You've always wanted to play. You've always been drawn to it. You love like how versatile the instrument is. You want to share music. You want to just play for yourself. You want an artistic outlet. And you think that it would be amazing to be really good at the piano and hopefully to enjoy it for a very long time, hopefully for a lifetime. And that reward is so great that it would be worth the time, energy, resource, investment now, right? So you've deduced that. You've thought about it. You're like, okay, that's definitely worth it. That would be amazing if I could do that. And you've also deduced that for you, it is extremely worth it to have expert instruction because you can achieve a lot more with expert guidance than you could completely on your own. And this is because you are paying for not only that person's expertise, but really you're paying for time and energy that you're directly gaining because that person invested in themselves and they put in a tremendous amount of time, they put in a tremendous amount of energy, they likely studied with great teachers or great artists. They already, did a lot of things wrong and learned from it. They put in all those hours over all of those years. They know all the pitfalls to avoid. They know all the things that can help you along the path faster. They have a proven method or process that can bring you there as quickly as possible. They have tons of experience, so your chances of failure are way lower, right? So all of that is to increase your chances of success, right? And you've deduced that that is a really good idea. So assuming at least all of those things, you're just wondering if now is the best time to start, whether it's piano lessons or something else. In this case, it's piano lessons, and you're just not sure because maybe things are rather busy. And I'm here to tell you that the perfect time to start is now, because there is no perfect time that's going to come up. Whatever it is that you're going through, the only certain thing is that it's going to happen again, or almost certainly it's going to happen again, whatever it may be. And it may not be the exact thing, but it's going to be something that is comparable, that takes a similar amount of time and energy, right? So for instance, let's say that things are very busy at work. Is it likely that's going to happen again? First of all, probably yes. Probably that busy time is going to come around again. But even if it's not that exact thing, it could be some different thing at work that takes up the same amount of time and energy. And even if it's not work, it could be some personal thing that takes up the same amount of time and energy that's going to cause you just as many problems as you're going through right now. And so a lot of the time people will say things like, oh, there's a lot of projects going on at work, there's a lot of meetings, there's a lot of clients, I've got a lot of overtime right now. Right now it's like we're going through some kind of transition, whether it's a work or a personal thing. We've got some personal things going on, there's some family things going on, we're moving, there's a job change, it's busy because it's the summer, we're traveling a whole lot. Oh, I'm traveling for 3 weeks, maybe we should put it off for now. And right, so these are just some of the many common reasons that'll come up, and almost certainly they're going to happen again. Some of them even happen every year at the same time. Like every summer you're going to be traveling, every holiday season it's going to be really busy. This time every year, it's like at the end of the quarter at my particular job, things get really crazy, things get really demanding. But since that happens every year, and you know that to be really good at this instrument, and you don't have to become a master of this instrument, but to become good at it, to become good using the time that you have, right? Particular for your situation, knowing your life to be as good as you can using even the little time that you have, even if you're relatively casual. If that matters to you, well, that means you're going to have to solve your life puzzle. So it's like, oh, in my particular life, I travel a fair amount during the summer and during other parts of the year. I'm busy at other times of the year and so on. Work always gets busy around this time. Unfortunately for most people, on average, over the course of 2 or 3 years, it'd be very strange if there weren't like a family or personal emergency at some point that's going to take up, a tremendous amount of time and energy. And so it's like knowing all of these things in order to enjoy piano and become really good at it over the long term, over a lifetime, that is just a part of the game that I am playing. And I'm fully expecting that. Like, those busy times will come up. Those difficult times will come up. There's going to be life changes that come up. And instead of being somebody that will put things off for 4 or 5 months each time, or pause it each time, or even fall off the map for 5 years or 10 years, like these are some of the people that will come to find me, I'm going to be aware of that. And I've done all the calculations, I've done all the pros and cons, and I'm going to win at this game because I can see this top level 30,000 foot, 50,000 foot view. Now, I'm not saying that you must decide this. If you weigh all of this, you can be like the chess, the grandmaster at chess or whatever it may be, and you weigh everything and you're like, okay, I see everything here, I hear everything that you're saying, and I've deduced that piano just isn't worth it. Or I'm just like super casual. I don't care about like real progress. Like I'll just do it like every once in a while. And that's a conscious decision. I mean, that is the right answer too. The only reason that I make this video is that for many people, their actions are at odds with what it is that they really want deep in their hearts, right? Deep in their hearts, they really do want to be consistent. They really do want to enjoy piano for a lifetime. They don't actually want to drop off for 7 months or for 7 years, right? So knowing all of this, first of all, since there is no perfect time, logically, there's no reason to wait for it, because if you cannot get going during busy times, then when the busy times come around again, then you're very likely to stop, right? At that point, you could only play the piano during the times where it was much more convenient, where there was much less time and energy cost. So then when inevitably, here's that family thing again, here's the personal thing again, here's the busy work time again, you're gonna think to yourself, oh, I think I'm gonna pause until things settle down. And first of all, it'll be really difficult for you to restart because you already have fallen out of the habit. You won't have expert support and instruction. And it'll also be difficult to continue. Even if you somehow can muster up the ability to restart, those busy times are going to come again. It'll be really difficult to maneuver. So you just have to recognize this like pattern of existence that comes up, and you have to account for that. So basically, if you're unable to play during busy times, if you're unable to play during difficult times, I mean, you're going to fall off the map when those times inevitably come up again. So even if you wait for the so-called perfect time, you're going to end up quitting or stopping or pausing, most likely, when those busy times come up. Very few people come back again when that happens. I mean, me and my assistant, we follow up with people both that haven't started before ever, or that they want to restart, they played it when they were a kid, or they have paused, for like a few months or something. We just followed up with people in like July, August, and then people say to follow up with them again in October or November because things are busy during the summer. In October or November, they say to follow up with them the new year because, holiday season's around the corner, things are busy. And then, it just ends up being this eternal cycle. Almost nobody does what they say that they're going to do. Almost nobody can follow through on their own, because ironically what they need is accountability, right? So I know I'm being very redundant, but just to reiterate once more, if you wait until that perfect time, when the busy time comes around again, you're going to stop. And for most people, it's very difficult for them to restart again. And even if you can restart again, you still have these long periods where you're not playing, and then shorter periods where you're playing again. And that will not lead to consistent enjoyment of the instrument for a lifetime either. So that's sort of a problem all its own. Another fantastic reason to start now during this insanely busy time is when you need the most help. That is when you need expert instruction and guidance, not just on the piano side, but honestly, even on this coaching side, if they're a really good teacher, because they know what it is that adults go through, what busy adults go through. I mean, I'm a busy adult myself, right? So when you're really busy, when things are really difficult, that's actually when you need the most support. That's actually when you need the most help. And if you can get that coaching during this time and you have help during this difficult, busy time, think about how easy the easy times will seem in comparison. It'll just be like a total walk in the park, just like me sitting here right now. And when the busy times and the difficult times and the challenging times and the troublesome times, when they inevitably come up again, you will be completely prepared for them. You won't be surprised by them. You just be like, this is just life. This is just part of how it is. I'm not going to be surprised by it. It's not going to cause me to pause. It's not going to cause me to totally fall off the map. Obviously, we can take vacation. We can have times when we take it easier. But the question is like, how consistent are you with your practice and with your lesson attendance over the course of an entire year? And, for me in my teaching and in my own practicing, all of this is very, very important. So basically that expert guidance, instruction, coaching, it is crucial during the difficult times. And then you will be aware of that pattern of existence, and it'll be easy to be consistent over the long term. I think one of the best analogies is honestly going to the gym and just general fitness, right? Right now it is middle of September 2023, and I can think to myself like, right now I'm very busy, so I think I'm going to start going to the gym maybe like next March. Maybe when things settle down and things aren't so busy in my life, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that then. Or like, things are busy now. I think I'm going to not go to the gym for the next, I don't know. Well, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if I should set a time frame. See, that's dangerous because you probably just won't even restart. Or I'll restart after 3 months. But is it really good to not go to the gym for 3 months, even if you can restart? Right? And then I'm going to stop going to the gym every single time that things become busy or difficult, and then I'm not going to live a consistently healthy lifestyle. So I think that's the reason why I so frequently use the gym analogy. And just to reiterate again, this is not also meant to force anybody to do anything. It's more like when you see the entire game, when you see all the pieces of the puzzle, when you see your own life puzzle, you've deduced piano is something you're serious about. It's something that you would love to play for a lifetime. You realize that lessons are worth it. It's just a matter of deciding if now is the perfect time. And this is hopefully my fairly convincing argument for why it is the perfect time now. And if you weigh all of the pieces, you see the entire game and you're like, okay, but actually piano doesn't bring me enough of an ROI. I would rather dance. I would rather, play the flute. I'd rather, read a book, travel, whatever. That could be the correct answer too, as long as your actions are matching up with what's actually in your heart. That's the most important thing. So if you are interested in lessons, in serious lessons that'll bring you to your goals, to the dream pieces you want to play and everything, feel free to reach out to me at david@davidchangmusic.com. A lot of great information about some really, really unique programs here. And if not, that's totally fine too. Continue watching the channel. I'll be sure to continue to share with you all of my latest thinkings and musings and so on at a fairly high level, because it's with my students that I go really crazy and I get like super, you guys think you've seen detailed on the channel. I just have like a strange personality and obsessive tendencies in terms of attention to detail, I think. But anyway, if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, let people know about the channel, and looking forward to the next one.